When we think of the most iconic female wrestlers of all time, names like Chyna, Awesome Kong, and Nia Jax often come to mind. But beyond the confines of WWE, there are even greater legends whose colossal presence, jaw-dropping strength, and unmatched power left a lasting impact on the wrestling world.
Yes, stop first by the back fist and then the awesome bomb!
These women weren't just wrestlers. They were true pioneers who defied all odds, proving that strength comes in all shapes and sizes. In this list, we'll dive into the careers of the heaviest and most formidable female wrestlers who changed the game forever, even without the WWE spotlight. Get ready to witness some of the most powerful women in wrestling history, whose talent, charisma, and sheer might cannot be forgotten. Bull Nakano. Bull Nakano is a legendary figure in professional wrestling, particularly in Japan, where she carved a lasting legacy as one of the most imposing and feared female competitors of all time. Standing at 5 feet 9 inches and weighing around 200 pounds, Nakano's size, combined with her raw power and skill, made her a force to be reckoned with. Her wrestling career began in the early 1980s, and she soon became known for her fierce in-ring style, which blended technical ability with devastating power moves. Her success was not just a result of her size, but also her ability to connect with fans through her intensity and her larger-than-life persona. Nakano's breakthrough came in All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, AJW, where she became one of the promotion's top stars. She would go on to win multiple championships, including the WWWA World Heavyweight Championship, and became one of the most well-known figures in the history of Japanese women's wrestling. Her matches were brutal, often involving hard-hitting strikes and high-impact moves that showcased her athleticism despite her size. Nakano's ability to keep up with the smaller, more agile wrestlers in her matches, combined with her undeniable strength, made her an awe-inspiring performer. What set Nakano apart from other wrestlers of her time was her unique punk-inspired look, which featured spiked hair, striking makeup, and wild costumes. This visual persona helped her stand out from the typical wrestlers of the era, creating a mystique around her that fans couldn't resist. She was a true trailblazer in women's wrestling, and her physicality and technical prowess helped push the boundaries of what women could accomplish in the sport. Nakano was one of the first women to truly break the mold, showing that female wrestlers could not only hold their own against men, but could also be just as dominant and powerful. Bull Nakano also left her mark in the US wrestling scene, where she competed in promotions such as WWE and WCW. Her feud with Alundra Blaze Medusa during the 1990s was one of the most memorable rivalries in women's wrestling at the time, elevating the women's division to new heights. Her matches were always physical, and her size and strength often gave her an undeniable edge over her opponents. She wasn't just a wrestler, she was a powerhouse, known for her ability to lift and slam her opponents with ease. Nakano's success in Japan helped to elevate her name internationally, and she became a global ambassador for women's wrestling. Beyond her wrestling career, Nakano also showed her versatility in other media. After retiring from active competition, she transitioned into a career in acting and television. Her time in the spotlight, along with her tremendous impact on the wrestling world, has made her one of the most beloved and respected figures in the industry. Bull Nakano's legacy as one of the heaviest and most powerful women in wrestling history remains intact, and she continues to inspire new generations of wrestlers who admire her strength, resilience, and groundbreaking contributions to the world of professional wrestling. Chyna, the ninth wonder of the world. Known as the ninth wonder of the world, Chyna forever changed the landscape of professional wrestling, especially in the WWE, where she made her name. However, her impact was also felt in All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, AJW, where she competed and solidified herself as one of the most powerful female wrestlers in the business. Standing at 5 feet 10 inches and weighing around 180 pounds, Chyna's incredible muscular physique and athletic ability made her a true force to be reckoned with. She was far more than just a manager or valet. Chyna was a legitimate wrestler who was able to compete with some of the biggest male and female stars of her era. Her early career was marked by an almost unrelenting determination to break barriers, a trait that would become synonymous with her legacy. Chyna's entry into WWE as part of Degeneration X in the late 1990s was revolutionary. She wasn't just a supporting character. She was a powerhouse who could hold her own in the ring against male competitors. She was the first woman to ever compete in the Royal Rumble, and she also became the first female wrestler to enter the King of the Ring match, breaking through barriers that were once thought to be impossible for women. Chyna was not just a participant in these matches. She was a legitimate threat to the male competitors, showcasing her raw strength and determination. Despite her prominence in WWE, Chyna's career in AJW helped shape her as a true wrestling powerhouse. It was in Japan where she honed her craft, working alongside some of the most legendary female wrestlers of the time. Her matches in Japan featured brutal contests where she showcased her ability to overpower and outlast her opponents. Chyna's raw strength and technical skill allowed her to compete in the top levels of women's wrestling, not just as a gimmick, but as a true competitor. Her stint in AJW solidified her as a wrestler who could transcend gender and compete in a way that few female wrestlers had done before. Chyna's legacy as a trailblazer extends beyond her wrestling achievements. She was the first woman to win the Intercontinental Championship in WWE, further solidifying her place in history as a dominant force in the men's division. Her reigns as a champion proved that women could not only compete in the same rings as men, but could also hold their own and achieve greatness in the same ways. Chyna's strength, determination, and charisma allowed her to shatter any preconceived notions of what a female wrestler could be. After her time in WWE, Chyna ventured into acting and reality television, continuing to defy expectations. Though her life was marred by personal struggles, her influence in the wrestling world continues to be felt. Her legacy as a groundbreaking figure in professional wrestling lives on, and her role in AJW and beyond ensured that female wrestlers would no longer be seen as inferior to their male counterparts. Chyna's impact on women's wrestling cannot be overstated, and she remains an icon to this day. Bertha Faye.
You can't compete with me on men because I have the ultimate man a woman could.
Bertha Faye may not be as widely remembered as some of her contemporaries, but her impact on women's wrestling, particularly in Japan, is undeniable. Known for her sheer size and intimidating presence, Faye stood out as one of the heaviest female wrestlers in history. Standing at 6 feet tall and weighing well over 300 pounds, Bertha Faye was an imposing force inside the ring, capable of dominating her opponents with ease. Though her time in the spotlight was brief, she left an indelible mark on the industry, particularly in the Japanese wrestling scene. Faye's wrestling career took her to several promotions, but it was her time in All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, AJW, that truly showcased her strength and ability to compete at the highest levels. Her massive frame and raw power made her a natural fit for the promotion, where she stood out not just for her size, but also for her ability to perform at a high level. She wasn't just a giant in the ring. Faye was known for her agility, often surprising her opponents with quick and devastating moves that seemed unlikely for someone of her size. Her ability to blend power with agility made her one of the most unique competitors in women's wrestling at the time. Faye's biggest rivalries came against some of the top stars in AJW, where she showcased her strength and determination. Her matches were not just about dominating opponents. They were about proving that a woman of her size and stature could hold her own in a division dominated by smaller competitors. Faye's presence in the ring was a force to be reckoned with, and she quickly became a fan favorite for her larger-than-life persona. Her skillful performances, combined with her imposing figure, made her one of the most memorable figures in AJW history. Despite her success in Japan, Faye's time in WWE was relatively short. However, her legacy continued to impact the promotion. She became one of the earliest examples of how size could be a defining factor in a wrestler's success. In WWE, her most notable storyline was her rivalry with Alundra Blaze, Medusa, which showcased her strength and ability to dominate in the ring. Faye's size and power were integral to the matches she participated in, making her one of the most feared competitors of her time. After retiring from full-time wrestling, Bertha Faye's contributions to the wrestling world were often overlooked, but she remains a key figure in the evolution of women's wrestling. Her time in AJW and her groundbreaking role in WWE served as a stepping stone for other women to follow. proving that women of all sizes could be powerful, athletic, and skilled competitors in the ring. Faye's legacy continues to inspire new generations of wrestlers, and she is remembered as one of the heaviest, most powerful women to ever step into the squared circle. Kia Stevens, the transformation of Awesome Kong. Kia Stevens, better known by her ring name Awesome Kong, has become one of the most iconic and feared female wrestlers in history. Her journey began as Karma in WWE, but it was in other promotions like Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and Shimmer where she truly found her voice. Standing at an imposing 5 feet 9 inches and weighing over 120 kilograms, Awesome Kong didn't just dominate with her size, but with her unparalleled strength and agility. Her matches were explosive, often leaving audiences stunned at her ability to toss competitors much larger than her with ease. Her WWE debut was met with mixed reviews, but it didn't take long for Kong to leave an indelible mark on the industry. However, it was outside WWE, in Japan, and on the independent circuit, where she truly solidified her legacy. In these more diverse wrestling promotions, Awesome Kong delivered brutal, powerful performances, often making history with her sheer dominance. With her striking look and towering presence, she not only became an asset to any roster, but was also a trailblazer for larger women wrestlers who had long been overlooked. But Kong's career was more than just wrestling. Her venture into acting as the character Welfare Queen Tammy Dawson in the Netflix series GLOW showed her versatility. Whether in the ring or on the screen, she captivated audiences with her presence and transformed into a beloved icon in both fields. Awesome Kong proved that female wrestlers could not only be powerful, but multi-dimensional stars. Her legacy will forever be remembered as a symbol of strength, power, and perseverance. Her time in the spotlight is far from over. While she has since stepped away from wrestling, her impact is still felt today. Every wrestler who steps into the ring, especially those who don't fit the traditional mold, stands on the shoulders of Awesome Kong. She's inspired countless athletes to embrace their strength and challenge traditional expectations of what a female wrestler can look like and achieve. Nia Jax, a force of nature.
Women's champion.
Standing at an imposing 6 feet tall and weighing 123 kilograms, Nia Jax made a name for herself in WWE with her raw strength and undeniable presence in the ring. Known for her ability to overpower opponents with ease, Nia brought a new level of intensity to WWE's women's division. Her powerful slams and moves like the Samoan drop helped her establish herself as one of the most dominant forces in the company. Debuting in 2014, she quickly made an impact, becoming one of the heaviest women to ever compete in WWE. Nia's power was matched by her unyielding confidence, which endeared her to fans around the world. She was unapologetic about her size and used it as an advantage, showing that strength came in all shapes and sizes. Her reign as the Raw Women's Champion proved her ability to stand out in a sport that often celebrated smaller, more traditional body types. Nia's success in breaking barriers wasn't just about her size, but her ability to hold her own against any opponent, no matter how big or small. While Nia was known for her dominance in the ring, she also made history by shattering barriers for plus-size women in wrestling. In an industry where women were often expected to fit a certain mold, Nia Jax proved that wrestling greatness wasn't confined to a specific body type. Her confidence and willingness to take on any challenge inspired countless fans and wrestlers who found themselves in similar positions. Her legacy extends far beyond her championship victories. Nia became a trailblazer for body positivity in WWE, paving the way for future generations of women wrestlers to embrace their bodies and their power. She continues to be an influential figure, not just in the world of wrestling, but as a symbol of strength and self-acceptance. Tamina Snuka, carrying the legacy of strength. Tamina Snuka, the daughter of the legendary Jimmy Superfly Snuka, stands as one of WWE's most formidable women wrestlers. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing around 77 kilograms, Tamina combines sheer power with athleticism, making her a force to be reckoned with in the ring. Tamina is a part of the renowned Anoa'i family, known for producing some of the toughest and most respected wrestlers in history, including Roman Reigns and The Rock. Her family legacy has made her a natural competitor, but her strength and resilience have carved out her own space in the WWE spotlight. Throughout her career, Tamina faced off against top-tier talent like Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, earning respect for her brutal style and in-ring dominance. Despite never winning a WWE Women's Championship, Tamina's powerful performances left an indelible mark on the wrestling world. Her raw strength and intimidating persona made her a valuable part of many high-profile storylines, proving she was more than just a second-generation wrestler. Tamina's career spans over a decade, and her ability to showcase both power and vulnerability allowed her to connect with fans on a deeper level. Tamina's wrestling career was one of perseverance, as she constantly worked to prove herself in a division often overshadowed by male counterparts. While she may not have been as decorated as some of her peers, her toughness and commitment to her craft were never in question. Her contributions to the women's division helped pave the way for future stars, and she remains one of the most respected veterans in the industry. Her retirement in 2024, after a long and storied career, marked the end of an era for WWE's women's division. Tamina's strength, both physical and mental, made her a role model for women in wrestling, and her legacy as a powerful and influential figure will continue to inspire future generations of wrestlers to embrace their inner strength. Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon. Beth Phoenix, known as the Glamazon, was a force in WWE who proved that strength and beauty could coexist in the wrestling world. Born on November 24, 1980, Phoenix became a powerhouse in WWE, winning the WWE Women's Championship multiple times and solidifying her place as one of the greatest female wrestlers of her era. Standing at 5 feet 7 inches and weighing 72 kilograms, Beth combined her natural athleticism with an in-ring intelligence that allowed her to dominate against opponents of all sizes. Beth's impact on WWE was immense, as she was one of the first women to break the barriers of traditional women's wrestling. Her strength, combined with her technical wrestling skills, allowed her to compete at the highest level, and she played a crucial role in the development of women's wrestling in WWE. Phoenix was one of the first women to enter the Men's Royal Rumble match, an unprecedented move that showcased her strength and determination. She was not just a champion in the ring, she was a trailblazer for the future of women's wrestling. Phoenix's legacy extends beyond her wrestling career, as she helped raise the standard for women in the WWE. As a dominant force during the early years of the women's evolution, she inspired future stars to follow in her footsteps. Her retirement marked the end of an era, but her influence on the women's division continues to be felt to this day. Whether as a fierce competitor or a loving mother, Beth Phoenix's passion for wrestling never faded. Even after retiring, Beth returned to the ring for several memorable moments, including teaming up with her husband, Edge, in mixed tag team matches. Her ongoing love for the sport, paired with her legacy, ensures that she will remain an iconic figure in the history of WWE's women's division. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow.
Barely passed out at the hands of the Asuka line.
Asuka, born in Japan, is widely regarded as one of the most dominant and electrifying female wrestlers in WWE history. Her undefeated streak in WWE, lasting over 900 days, is one of the most impressive records in the company's history. Standing at 5 feet 3 inches and weighing 61 kilograms, Asuka's athleticism and striking ability made her a formidable force in the ring, especially during her time in NXT. Her rapid rise through the ranks, including capturing the NXT Women's Championship, proved her raw talent and unrelenting drive. Asuka's wrestling style blends speed, agility, and a unique submission-based offense, making her unpredictable and dangerous to any opponent. Her reputation for devastating kicks and submission holds earned her the moniker the Empress of Tomorrow. Asuka's fierce intensity in the ring has earned her the admiration of fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Her undefeated streak wasn't just a sign of her dominance, it was a testament to her ability to adapt and overcome any challenge thrown her way. Her mystique as a performer only added to her allure. With her captivating and mysterious persona, Asuka became a fan favorite, and her rivalry with wrestlers like Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch pushed the boundaries of women's wrestling. Asuka's contribution to the women's revolution in WWE cannot be understated. She wasn't just a competitor, she was a symbol of strength, resilience, and skill. Asuka's career has also seen her transition from NXT to the main roster, where she continued to elevate the women's division with her electrifying performances. Whether she's competing for a championship or engaging in epic rivalries, Asuka remains one of the most exciting and unstoppable forces in WWE today. AJ Lee, the underdog who shaped WWE. AJ Lee's impact on WWE's women's division is undeniable, despite her relatively short time in the spotlight. Standing at only 5 feet 2 inches, AJ was never the biggest or the strongest in the ring. But what she lacked in size, she made up for with unmatched charisma, speed, and technical skill. Debuting in WWE in 2009, she quickly captured the hearts of fans with her fiery personality and no-nonsense attitude. Her underdog status made her the ultimate fan favorite as she climbed the ranks of WWE's women's division, proving that size doesn't determine heart. AJ's high-flying moves and unique wrestling style made her one of the most exciting competitors. In the women's division, she was the first Divas champion to have such a combination of in-ring skill and storytelling ability, turning her matches into compelling narratives. As she built her career, AJ became known for her sharp mind and ability to get into her opponents' heads, making her a formidable opponent despite her size. Her time in WWE was marked by her feuds with top names like Caitlyn and Paige, and her ability to hold her own against these competitors earned her a legendary place in WWE history. One of her most defining moments came when she became the longest-reigning Divas champion in WWE history, holding the title for nearly a year. Her victory was not just about wrestling, it was a statement. AJ proved that women in WWE could be more than just eye candy. They could be fierce competitors, capable of holding their own in the ring and captivating fans with their personalities. Her rivalry with other wrestlers, including the tumultuous relationship with Caitlyn, added layers to her character that made her even more beloved by fans. After retiring in 2015, AJ Lee's influence continued to be felt as she transitioned into other roles within the wrestling world, including her work with Women of Wrestling. AJ's legacy in WWE will never be forgotten. She inspired countless wrestlers who followed her into the ring, showing them that with heart, passion, and talent, anything was possible, regardless of their size. Natalya, the legacy of the Hart family. Natalya Neidhart is not just a wrestling star, she is the embodiment of wrestling royalty. Born into the famed Hart family, the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Natalya was groomed for greatness from a young age. Trained in the notorious Hart Dungeon, she developed an unmatched technical prowess and an unparalleled understanding of the art of wrestling. Standing at 5 feet 5 inches and weighing around 68 kilograms, Natalya was known for her submission mastery and her ability to outthink and out-wrestle any opponent. Her career in WWE has been a testament to her determination and legacy. With a slew of titles under her belt, including the SmackDown Women's Championship, Natalya proved that she wasn't just riding the coattails of her famous family. She carved her own path, earning respect from her peers for her work ethic, dedication, and consistency. Her sharpshooter, a move passed down from her uncle Bret the Hitman Hart, became one of the most iconic submission holds in WWE history. But it wasn't just her wrestling ability that made her a legend. It was her heart. Natalya's role as a mentor to other women in WWE helped elevate the entire division. She was a cornerstone in the transition from divas to women's wrestling, and her match against Naomi in Saudi Arabia in 2019 became a landmark event, showcasing her resilience and commitment to breaking barriers for women in the wrestling world. Today, Natalya continues to be a dominant force in WWE, and her legacy is cemented not just as a champion, but as a trailblazer. Her contributions to the sport go far beyond just the titles she's won. She's a symbol of the heart, passion, and legacy that have shaped WWE's women's division into what it is today. The world of professional wrestling has always been dominated by incredible athletes, but these powerhouse women took things to an entirely different level. From Bull Nakano's dominance in Japan to Chyna's barrier-breaking achievements in WWE, each of these legends left their mark on the industry. Their stories remind us that strength, determination, and resilience come in all forms, and they continue to inspire new generations of wrestlers to this day. Who's your favorite heavy-hitting female wrestler? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible wrestling content.